Welcome to Nice and Blunt. I'm Adam Rancho. Today is Wednesday, April 15th, 4:20 p.m. One of my favorite fucking times of day. You know what we're doing. Let us fucking go. .420. You know we're hitting the pipe, and you know what we're here for. We're hopping into an Underdog drafts. The UDFA 2 is popping. We are already at 78% filled. We are getting in at least 2, if not 3 today. And no time to waste. I'm hopping in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 10 spots open. If you want it, come get it. Maybe you hit it too early, but I don't think so. I think we're all set. Scott is in. What's up, Frank? How we doing, Bukowski? Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. A fun day in store. We are approaching 420. 5 days from now. Gonna have a fun stream on 420. But at least today, it's 4:20 p.m. and we're in a good mood. I'm ready for a lot of positive things coming. We got the NFL draft in store very shortly, and you know, I'm just in a good mood. I have a feeling we're gonna be winning some money in this contest today. It's kind of tough, not gonna lie. To win money is not the best proposition. You really need to finish first. Like, let's not sugarcoat it. We're trying to finish first, but even if you don't finish fifth, you get less than 1,000. So we're trying to turn $2 into 10K. We are shooting for the highest upside possible, and we're gonna build a risky team. We're going to lean into some risk and not feel too bad about it. We need the highest caliber roster in week 17. That is really the only strategy you should be trying to implement in this tournament. So stacks are critical. Stacks only marginally increase your payout chances. However, the final has over 350 people in it. We need every advantage that we can get. So a stack, I think, is very important. And then the rest, you need at least one weakness that you kind of thread the needle with your depth selections. You need to be right as you go through the draft at that position. And then you can kind of load up on other positions and get some really good value picks that carry you to the finish line. So that is our strategy for today. One position going to be thin. One position is going to be absolutely elite. And then the other two are going to be very strong. And that's the way we're going to go about it. A little riskier than typical, but even if we have an average team, that's not quite cutting it. I think with the advanced rates, we need to finish top 4. You can finish 4th with some risky picks on your team. Then in the finals, in the playoffs, I should say, we got to finish first out of 5 twice. And then we're in a big final grouping of 376 people. That's where all of the money is made. But even if we only finish 100th, we would only make $40. To max this tournament, you're putting down $50. So to max it out and get your money back, you need a top 75 finish. And then it only like slowly trickles up from there. So it's all up top. That's really all we care about. We did get pick 8. God damn it. They refused to give me good picks in this tournament. I have had a shit ton of picks from like 6 through 12. I've only had one in the top 5, and it was a pick 101. Every other entry in this Forsaken tournament has given me low end of the spectrum. You know, I get in pick 8 almost every fucking time. So not excited about it, not happy, but we have a lot of experience in this range of the draft, so at least I know what to expect. But what's up, Who Hames? How we doing? You just finished streaming. Had a good, fun stream earlier. Shout out Who Hames. If you have not yet subscribed to Who Hames, give him a subscription. We have a very, very fun team that you can watch on my channel if you haven't watched it. That was a video, a pre-recorded video, not a live stream. And it's the last video I have actually posted. So if you go to my channel page in the videos tab, you'll see a video titled Who to Stack with Josh Allen, with me and Who Hames. Spoiler alert, we did not get the correct stack. We did not draft DJ Moore on that team. But that team is actually really loaded, awesome CLV. A lot of those picks have dramatically risen since we drafted that in early February. So if you're interested, go ahead and check that out and subscribe to Who Hames. He's live basically every day, if not every day, just like I am. He's grinding out here and putting out some great content. Deserves your subscription. So shout out Who Hames, killing it over there. And wow, an interesting first round. Josh Allen goes to off night at pick 6. I'll go Christian McCaffrey. I'll take him. A little bit unique there, but I'll take him. Frank Evans says, I think it's going to be filled by Friday. You think Underdog's going to drop something over the weekend? Yes, I think they'll continue to drop UDFAs until the actual draft. I think they're going to keep these rolling, and the fill rate will determine how many spots they open. And then as it gets closer to the day of the actual draft, they will stop. I think there's going to be one more UDFA, maybe two, but honestly, I think this tournament's going to close tomorrow. I think when you wake up tomorrow, especially if you're on the West Coast, there is a chance that it is totally full. I think tonight we're going to get a lot of entries to fill this tournament. $2 a pop. People are itching to get in these lobbies, and the only thing holding you back is just the fact that you can only max it with 25. If anything, if this was 50, I think it'd already be filled. I genuinely think so. But BestBall Berserker is in at pick 3. Legend of Zelda went with Jamar Chase. I recognize Off Night, but maybe he's just happens to be in this lobby with me. Not sure if he's watching, but let me know. Allen at the 106. Bold strategy, Cotton. I hope it works out for you. But CMC at 8. Amon-Ra, Lamb, James Cook, Jefferson, Genty, Derrick Henry got pulled up. London got pulled up. Bowers got pulled up. ADP says Devon Achane. My gut says Omarion Hampton. But I think we're going to go Ken Walker today. CMC Ken Walker, double red jersey. Why not? Let's do it. But Snoopaloop says, what's up, man? How we doing? Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Are you in this draft? I feel like if your username is Snoopaloop here, the 34th, I would want that as my username just about everywhere. So I don't see you. I see King of QC is in here with us at pick 10. Gerard is in here at pick 11. Maybe he's watching. And then I think that's about it that I recognize. But no problem, Who Hames. Happy to support the channel over there. We did commit to the bit and we failed, but we had enough information. We made good clicks, and also like we tried to take every free agent possible, and pretty much every single free agent always rises in value once they find their team. Like maybe Mike Evans wouldn't have risen as far as he did had he not gone to the 49ers, but literally every single free agent has been moving up the board. Like, don't pretend like Jawan Jennings, Stephon Diggs, Deebo Samuel are not going to be moving up the board significantly once they sign. Even Keenan Allen. I think if you're drafting a free agent at this point in time, it's still a pretty valuable proposition. Odds are they're more likely going to move up than not. So we didn't take DJ Moore, but we wound up with a phenomenal team. Maybe I spotlight that team. What the fuck? Darnold at 29. Peasy, the fuck are you doing? Don't tell me this lobby's going to get thrown out. This is some bullshit. Why? Like, Allen at 106 is one thing, but Darnold at 29, fuck off. AJ Brown's still sitting here, so let's try and get it done in a way where we're gonna assume this does not get thrown out. But pick 29 might ruin it for us. This is a weird lobby so far. Henry, London, and Bowers went off really early. Hampton, Jeremiah Love fell outside the top 20. And then we did have Darnold pulled up to the third round. Allen went in the first round. So a little bit of unique pairings here. Haven't Not going to pretend like I'm the only one with CMC Ken Walker, but to also have AJ Brown at the 108, maybe not the most common start, but we'll see. What's up, Hartman? How we doing? Loved your 3-hour live stream. You had a marathon yesterday, man. That was dope. I was a little bit busy when it was happening, so I had to tune out. But then when I returned to YouTube, I was pleasantly surprised you were still live. That was dope. Check out Hartman's channel as well. He was on here last Monday, I believe, about a week ago, and then we were on his channel on Friday. Those were all some very fun teams. But we are still on the clock. Our receiver position a little thin. Would have loved Devontae Smith. Almost made it to me, but I do like Egbuka a lot in this range. I will go Egbuka. I have a lot of Egbuka, but I think he's one of the correct clicks in the 4th round. Could be going in the 3rd, and I'm happy to scoop him up here outside the top 40 at 41 overall. I think Egbuka is a very legit, very good investment. Pretty much every Buccaneer is pretty good, but I do believe Egbuka over Bucky Irving is correct. I do believe that. So Hartman says probably a classic star method on Darnold. Possibly. Bukowski says ridiculous pick, but they won't throw it. Given how this tournament has been filling so quickly, like, I think once it closes, you're much more likely for this to just stay legal. You know what I mean? Like, once the tournament closes, they're not going to open it back up again just to fill that last pod. You know what I mean? So, given it's going to close probably tomorrow, if it's not flagged instantly, then it might not be flagged at all. We'll see. But he goes Ladidi McConkey, so yeah, perhaps Hartman, you're correct. Perhaps it was just one classic star method, and I think they can excuse one of those. But Gerard pulls up Lamar Jackson at pick 38, so this lobby's getting very, very thirsty at tight end. We got Allen in the 1st, Darnold in the 3rd, Lamar at pick 38. I'll tell you what, Lamar was not making it past 56. I was not going to pass on Lamar in the 5th, so Gerard was not getting him back. In that sense, it was the right choice. But he's got Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, Lamar Jackson, a triple bet on the Ravens. Not the worst strategy, but perhaps if you're in like the 6 or 7 slot, let's say you have pick 7, I feel like you could go Taylor Henry at 18, take Flowers at pick 42 perhaps, and then get Lamar at 55 on occasion. Adams fell back. That's not bad. A little worried about him, but the receiver tier does fall off dramatically pretty fast, so I will go Adams at pick 56. Take a little falling value. Nothing crazy around that turn, really nothing out of sorts. Christian Watson moving up to pick 54. I've seen him more often on the early side of the board in round 5. I've seen him on the left side a little bit more as of late. The release of Romeo Doubs and his free agent landing spot in New England definitely made you feel a little bit better about the Packers. But then also the Dontavian Wicks trade kind of cements that they're a little more comfortable with who they got in the building already. So Christian Watson just needs to stay healthy, but his spike week potential through the roof, he could definitely pay off round 5 capital. So could Jaden Reed, though. At the moment, I think Jaden Reed is firmly a good 8th round pick. He's available in the 9th, so not afraid to pull him up. And then I also believe that in the building, they believe they're more confident betting on the development of Matthew Golden at this point in time as well. I think that's also a pretty solid bet to be making. All Packers receivers going to be involved. Now, they may just draft someone early again, like round 2 isn't out of the question. Round 4, I think, is more likely where they would go. Like, they have a really good track record of round 4 wide receiver picks in Green Bay. Adams, I believe, was a 4th round pick, if I'm not mistaken. Romeo Doubs was a 4th round pick. And they just spent a 1st on Golden, so they got to make sure that works. Give him the opportunity. But Positionally, they evaluate that very well, and they're going to know what they're doing. Huh. I might have gone Hurts there, but he's not available. I'm going to go at pick 65. I have a lot more Swift than Scatterboo. Shit. Okay. Fucked up. I should have just let it time out with Scatterboo. But Swift, I think, is more of a correct decision. I think he's actually more valuable than Scatterboo. Until Jeremiah Love is not a giant, I will not rank Scatterboo above Swift. Now, potentially, he will be better, but when you factor in his injury concern as well, I think at the moment, Swift is a better draft pick. So not upset, but I have less Scatterboo, so would have been a more unique team. That's for sure. And then if he does avoid Jeremiah Love, he probably has a higher ceiling than Swift. But Swift and him both fell. They're both good picks in the 6th. It is what it is. Not upset with the Swift click. But what's up, Young Moolah? How we doing? Our favorite best balls. Oh, that's very kind of you to say that, man. Appreciate you. How many UDFAs do you have left? I have 5 left. I am right in line with the fill rate of this contest. We're looking to do at least one more, if not 2. It looks like the poll result at the moment wants us to draft 2 teams at once in our next window. So probably going to do that. And that would then leave me 3 teams that maybe I'll be able to get in one tonight. I got some plans with my girlfriend, so who knows on that. And then in the morning, maybe I'll hop in while I can, but it might just be filled when I wake up. So who knows on that. It moved pretty quickly today. Like I think I went to bed last night and it was at like 50%, and right now it's like 80%. So this is my 20th out of the 25. I have 5 left. But Young Moolah believes Adams was a 2nd round. He might have been a 2nd round pick. You're right. When I said 4th, there was part of me that was kind of unsure. But back on the clock, not the best situation. I think Herbert's just the best quarterback. So I'll take him. My running back room is good. My receiver room loaded up top. Could use a little bit more depth soon, but that's a position I've been willing to push a little bit more in this contest and just load up on volume late. Like I could literally shore up like every other position for the next like 4 or 5 rounds and wind up with like 9 receivers that are all just like at the end of the draft and still like my room a lot. We started AJ Brown, Egbuka, and Adams. I'm willing to trust that for a little bit. But quarterback prices are steep these days. I mean, Darnold, now a 3rd round pick. So get your quarterbacks while you can. Legalize It says, what's up? Is it crazy to be Swift over Scatterboo, Tootin, and Judkins? I think they're all in a very similar tier. And unless Monangai really, really delivers, Swift has consistently paid off at worst as a top 20 running back year over year. Especially since he left Detroit, he has stayed healthy. His major problem is injury. Like when you look at where he was drafted, the college he went to, like the rookie profile he had, he was actually really exciting. And Georgia running backs usually pay off. But Swift had a lot of injury problems in Detroit. He could never really stay healthy. And then as soon as he left, once he went to Philly, he played, I think, all but 1 game that year. Maybe he missed like a 2nd game, but I'm pretty sure he played like every game but 1 when he went to Philly. And then since he's been in Chicago, he's been amazing. He's been really, really healthy, really productive. And I want a piece of the Ben Johnson system. So I'll take Swift happily in the 6th round. And at the moment, until we know where Jeremiah Love gets drafted, with the potential that it craters Scatterboo, then I don't think you're crazy at all. I mean, we just took him. And the only reason I was going to take Scatterboo as the plan was because I have way more Swift than Scatterboo in my exposure. Like, it was just to kind of get different and have a different combo that I may not have had before. That was really the only reason. So, personally, I think Swift is a better click than Scatterboo at the moment. But Scatterboo in round 6 also has league winning potential. I don't want to discount that. Judkins, hard to believe he has league winning potential just because it's the Browns, but he is still really talented, can definitely pay off. And then we also saw a week where he had 3 rushing touchdowns. So he dominated the volume in his backfield despite not practicing at all in training camp. Judkins is also just really talented. So Judkins could be the guy you need, but just overall, the Browns system probably going to score fewer touchdowns than the Bears, Jags, or even the Giants. So that's why he's a little bit uninspiring. I often just kind of pass on running back in round 5 and then just let whoever falls back to me in the 6th be the guy I take. I think they're all kind of similar. Tootin also has like a lack of floor. Chris Rodriguez could be a big problem for him, but in general, Baishal Tootin should be the Jags RB1, and that's just inherently a backfield that's very valuable. So don't dismiss him, don't discount him. He is, I think, a good click. But on the clock, again, Bo Nix fell. I'll do that. Bo Nix does not need to be stacked. There's a few later round stacking partners, but very interesting. The team with Sutton just passed for Kyle Monangai. I was not going to take Monangai with Swift, so I'm fine with that. He has a major Chicago Bear stack, so that's fine for Dr. Martin Van Nostrand. Straight out of Seinfeld. Love it. But we go Bo Nix here. The team with Waddle took Brock Purdy to stack with Evans. And then the team with Sutton passed. I'm good with that. Herbert, Bo Nix, 2 top 12 quarterbacks most weeks. We're chilling with that. But what's up, Bindles? How we doing? Loved your live stream with Candyman and Sacrilegious the other day. Very fun watch. I'd recommend that on the replay if you missed out. And thank you for hopping in here today, Bindles. Appreciate you. Oh, my bad. I think the board was in a weird spot. My bad on that. Very unintentional. Also, my bad. Let's bring in the music. Jesus. Well, I waited quite a long time. My bad. Finding the mistakes. Wow. Michael Pittman fell back. Damn. Kind of want to take Pittman even though Quentin Johnston makes a lot of sense. Could go with Jordan Love as well. But taking Bo Nix, probably not the wisest moves. Concepcion goes. I mean, the Herbert stack probably makes more sense, but this fall on Pittman, I think, is a little too late. Damn. I'll take Pittman at 113. But it does make some logical sense to go with QJ there. But a really nice discount. Y'all know I like Rodgers. And I do think Pittman... What is this? 30 picks behind Metcalf, I think is wrong. I think there should be like a less than 10 pick gap, honestly, between DK Metcalf and Michael Pittman. Metcalf makes a lot more money, but he's kind of overrated. And once you get on the field, doesn't really matter what your salary is. What do you deliver? They traded for Pittman, paid him over $20 million. There's still quite a lot invested in Michael Pittman. I think he can really deliver. And I think he's going to get the easiest coverage from opposing defenses of his NFL career. Metcalf probably going to get the toughest corner most of the time. So it might make sense to go Herbert and QJ. But like Hartman says, that is a steal on Pittman. We're going to take the falling value and move on with our day. Move the fuck on. So this team is fun. This team is unique. We have CMC, Ken Walker, and DeAndre Swift at running back. That feels pretty legit. Pretty high upside as long as they all stay healthy. And then at receiver, we got A.J. Brown, Egbuka, Devontae Adams, Jaden Reed at 89, and then Michael Pittman at 113. Our quarterback room has Herbert, and then a nice little fall on Bo Nix, about 9-10 picks almost. That, I think, warrants a little smoke break. After this next pick, we'll take a little smoke break just to celebrate. But Young Mulas has all those guys in the same bucket order by preference. I assume you're talking about the receivers that were eligible for me with our last pick. I think Pittman and QJ are in a tier above Coker and Higgins. Would have loved if Golden came back. Would have loved that. I'm going to go Dallas Goedert. Let's make the bet that A.J. Brown leaves Philly. Maybe he's not a Patriot, but he just goes somewhere else. That would make Dallas Goedert a fucking elite click. Dallas Goedert, I think, is one of the most slept-on tight end values at the moment. And once Laporta and Pitts are off the board, I'm not convinced that Goddard is just the next best guy. And Gadsden goes ahead of him. Kittle goes ahead of him. Kelsey is going ahead of him. And so does Jake Ferguson, Dalton Kincaid, and at times Sadiq and Likely. But Goddard goes after Dalton Kincaid and Jake Ferguson. I think that is incorrect, especially if you believe A.J. Brown will indeed get traded. I think you're sleeping on Goddard if you're not drafting a shit ton of him and you think he actually deserves to be going behind Kincaid. Goddard has been like truly elite when A.J. Brown has missed time. But that smoke session was pretty weak. The pipe was basically done. Got to pack that again. I'm not going to let you down. But McMillan, Omar Cooper Jr., also very good clicks. So maybe I should have just taken them. But getting Pittman as my wide receiver 5, I think put me in really good shape at that position. I'm not going to force it. We're also getting some falling return on value on Ferguson, Kincaid, Sadiq. Kincaid goes. My running back room is good enough. I'm going to push it one more time. I'm going to go Kenyon Sadiq. Elite upside. And like, while I don't think it's going to happen, it's virtually impossible to happen. I kind of wish that the Broncos didn't use their first round pick to get Waddle and like instead just traded up for like Kenyon Sadiq or something. It's impossible though that I wind up with a stack here with Sadiq, but I think in terms of true upside, I think making the bet on Sadiq is actually more compelling than Jake Ferguson. Ferguson needs an injury to really pay off. Ferguson is not going to get more targets than CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens, and the production he really offered last year was very much dependent on CeeDee Lamb getting hurt. So let's revisit Jake Ferguson real fast. We got the time. We're around the long turn. But take a look at this game log from last year and remember that CeeDee Lamb basically went down really early in the season. Like, these are the targets: 6, 12, 14, 7, 9, 3, 7, 1. He put up a bagel against the Broncos. And then down to 7 targets, 5 targets, 6, 6, 7, 4, 4, 2, 1. He really kind of fell off down the stretch. But when he was most productive and scoring a lot of touchdowns, like weeks 4, he had a touchdown. The next week, he had 2 touchdowns. Another touchdown in week 6, and then another 2 touchdowns in week 7. So 6 touchdowns in a 4-week span. And all of that was linked to CeeDee Lamb missing time. He only had 2 touchdowns the remainder of the season. Jake Ferguson's actually kind of mid without an injury above him. So with Pickens on the roster, I just don't see an elite target share for him. And Sadiq might have a terrible landing spot, might be a brutal draft pick, but then he could also be one of the best clicks on the board, because we have seen round 1 tight ends play very well the rookie season. So I'm willing to take that shot. I trust Goddard. I'll go Kenyon Sadiq and ignore the floor of someone like Jake Ferguson. But I also don't want to pretend like he's incapable of doing anything. Some of those stats are really, really good. But I ignored running back for a while. We have Herbert, so we'll take Keaton Mitchell, at least somebody on the Chargers. We're at kind of a range of running back where everyone's a handcuff in the first place, and I just want the handcuffs on the most elite offenses because no one can predict injury. But I can definitely feel more confident taking the Chargers backup as opposed to the Arizona Cardinals backup, and say that if they ever get the job, they're going to be more valuable than the other one. They're going to have a much higher upside ceiling chance of scoring touchdowns in the Chargers system, as opposed to the Arizona backfield, the Houston backfield. Keaton Mitchell, I think, is going at an appropriate range of the draft. In the 140s most of the time. We get him at 152, so it'll fall. It seems like he's starting to fall back down. I've noticed some of the hype on the missile was a little short-lived. He was very rapidly going in the 140s, even 130s for a minute. Now I've consistently been able to get him in the 150s, if not 160s. Late round 13, early 14th. The hype is starting to fade a little bit. And that's appropriate. I think the hype should really just be on Omarion Hampton. Keaton Mitchell in a great spot, good position. I want the Chargers backup, that's for sure. And he got way more money than Kimani Vidal did. So, like his upside, super fast. Really compelling, but... Oh, wow. Do I just take Daniel Jones here at 160 if he's there? Might just do that. Because my receiver room feels pretty solid. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. 21 clicks of value on Daniel Jones. I have very little of him, but he showed his upside last year. If he's healthy in the playoffs, week 17, he could be the guy I need. So I'll go Daniel Jones. Would have liked a stacking partner with him, but the team with Josh Downs pulled him up to 102 and refused to take Daniel Jones. The team with Tyler Warren also refused. And then the team with Alec Pierce at 62 passed twice for Emmanuel Wilson and Travis Hunter. Interesting. But Peanut Punch asking, Vidal's leg fall off? No, but last year Vidal was their running back 4 entering the season, and I don't think he showed enough that they felt super reliable just betting on him again. Like, the only times Vidal was really effective was when they had a good matchup for him. Vidal also completely was inept when they had a difficult matchup, and he was their guy. Like, the game log with Vidal is a little misleading. It's very dependent on matchups. Whereas I think just the talent of Keaton Mitchell, he can pop on just like 6 touches a game. I think he can give you some house call potential. Vidal could do that as well, but like in general, he's really dependent on the matchup. Like, the Dolphins' run defense was one of the worst last year. He had 124 yards on the ground against them, 6.9 yards per carry. Then he faced the Colts, a really good run defense. He had 2.2 yards per carry. Against the Vikings, they had a much better secondary last year. He popped 117 and a touchdown, 5.1 yards per carry. Then against Tennessee, back down to 2.5 yards per carry. Against Pittsburgh, the volume and touchdown is the only thing that saved you. 3.8 yards per carry. Against Jacksonville, he was dog shit. 2.6, 5 for 13 yards, 2 catches, and -1 yard. Vidal shit the bed. But then against Las Vegas, a pretty trash team, he had 25 for 126 and a touchdown. Like, he blew up, but it was only against really good matchups, and he was dog shit in bad matchups. Like against the Chiefs, 12 for 33. The Chiefs had one of the 3 most difficult run defenses in the league last year. So Kimani Vidal is just not who I want to be betting on. And if I'm wrong, so be it. But I really think injury is the only thing that can save him. Wow, Bryce Young even circled back. This is interesting. But our running back room is a little thin, so we're going to go Brian Robinson, another elite handcuff, right at ADP, 176 is a really nice value. But Peanut Punch says, could be similar to the Buffalo backfield. That's possible. Ty Johnson was actually a little more valuable than Ray Davis last year. But I think ultimately, just like the Bills backfield, you just want the main guy. You just want the guy at the top. You want Omarion Hampton, the RB1, just like James Cook. But if he ever goes down, Keaton Mitchell would pop like crazy. Definitely, I believe in Keaton Mitchell's upside to still be drafting him where he goes. And this is a team where I passed on Hampton, so let's further that argument. If he's not the right click in round 2, why would that be? Maybe Keaton Mitchell is a better click. But what's up, Josh? How we doing? Huham says, Jacksonville is one of the best run defenses in the year. That is very accurate. That is very true. One of the toughest matchups you could ask for. So Kimani Vidal is just a little too matchup dependent. The scheme is what we want. The scheme that's willing to give someone like Kimani 18 carries, 4 targets, 23 carries, 2 targets, 25 carries, a target, 25 carries, another target. Yeah, I just want Chargers running back. And at the moment, Hampton is the best. Keaton Mitchell is number 2. But let's take a little rip from the pipe. I promised it to you. It was kind of weak earlier. The pipe is ready, so let's go. But we'll make this click first. Actually, we'll make this click. Boy, bit of a tongue twister there. Wicks goes. I do like taking Dontavian Wicks this late. Trey Harris also off the board. Not the best, but I think I might just lock up Jordan James. I think so. Just hyper committed to the Niners backfield. If CMC ever misses time, we can still move on with Jordan James. But maybe a little too risk averse, in all honesty. I just hate most of the running back clips the rest of the way. He's one of the last elite handcuffs I think is remaining. So Bigsby went 178. We take Jordan James 185. Huhames, I'll read this right after we take a rip from the pipe. But Huhaim says, I bet you a war room next year that Vidal has more fantasy points than Keaton this year. I'll take that bet. I'll take that bet, Huhaims. A virtual handshake. Let's go. Yeah. I'll do that. Would injury negate this bet at all? Or is this just like regardless of outcome, you're taking Vidal, I'm taking Keaton Mitchell? I'm willing to remove the injury risk. I'm willing to say just straight up. And if you know what, if Keaton Mitchell gets injured in week 4 with a torn Achilles, so be it. So be it, my friend. I think Keaton Mitchell is more talented than Kimani Vidal. But let's lock it in. Sounds good. But Josh is smoking THCA Indica. Don't you think the Dolphins will be in last place this season since they traded everyone and are rebuilding? Well, the thing is, the Dolphins play in the same division as the Jets. So Probably not. The Jets are probably in last place, at least in that division. And therefore, they'll have a higher draft pick. But watch the Jets and Geno Smith find a way not to tank appropriately. Watch the Jets have like pick 7 in next year's draft, just completely worthless, and the Dolphins actually wind up with pick number 1. That'd be really fun. In all honesty, that's probably eligible to happen. But Tyreek Hill falling to pick 200. Am I willing to do it? Am I willing to do it? Yikes. But you know what? We need a receiver, 20 picks of ADP value. Tyreek Hill, pick 200. There is a little rumor that he actually might be interested in going to the Chargers. And like I said earlier, just drafting all the free agents, probably going to pay off. They're probably going to rise significantly once they sign. Tyreek Hill is one of those guys, but Tyreek Hill is also injured and a little bit more risky to just stay on the field. So who knows? Maybe I luck into a Tyreek Hill, Justin Herbert stack. There's the Mike McDaniel connection, and then Tyreek Hill is just interesting. So who knows? Maybe we do wind up with falling into that stack. Just maybe. But I probably need another tight end on this team. I have Goddard and Kenyon Sadiq. I think taking a third is probably going to behoove me. Parkinson over Terrence Ferguson in this one. That's interesting. Gerard, don't give a shit about ADP.
Nice and blown.
Had I not taken Daniel Jones, I would be auto-clicking Aaron Rodgers right here because I also have Pittman. But instead, we're going to go Terrence Ferguson. Kind of want to go Njoku, though. Yeah, I'll go Njoku. Ultimately, I still want to be betting on the free agents. And Njoku is that last coveted tight end in free agency that could really deliver. Freiermuth already off the board, so Njoku, I think, is just barely better than the Rams tight ends. Just barely. He could be much worse. He could be significantly better, but odds are he'll be in a split back tight end room just like they are. But what's the situation on Denver? Do they still have cap space? The Broncos still have 17 million in cap space. Right here. The Broncos could maybe be the Njoku spot. Is that crazy? Because, like, Evan Ingram was just so fucking bad. Evan Ingram didn't do shit for them. And, like, maybe they're going to draft someone, but they don't have a first-round pick. And Njoku's already 32 years old. They could cut him after June 1st and save half of his contract. I don't know. I doubt it. I wouldn't bet on it, but like the Broncos are definitely a team that could use an upgrade at tight end. They have Ingram, but they don't have much else. Like Adam Troutman, I don't believe it, but maybe you think they're just saving that for Taysom Hill. Maybe we should be drafting Taysom Hill when we draft Denver Broncos. Maybe, just maybe. But maybe Troy Franklin or Pat Bryant were the click there instead of tight end. Bryant goes 212. For Troy Franklin goes 214. I would have liked either of them with this next pick. So I kind of have Bo Nix unstacked. I have Daniel Jones unstacked as well. And then Herbert only stacked up with Keaton Mitchell. So you know what? This team might not be good. This team might suck, actually. So let's get a little desperate. I have 2 clicks left. They both need to be receivers. I'm going Keenan Allen Why don't you come back to the Chargers on this roster? I need something. But Josh says if I was Achane, I would demand a trade to a playoff contender. Josh sees what I'm saying. Okay, the Njoku Bo Nix potential, not impossible, but in tight end years he's around 28. Who, Ingram? Ingram had some tough injuries early on. I'm not surprised that Ingram looks washed. Older than I would have thought. Meanwhile, Njoku, how old is Njoku? He was born in 96, so Njoku's gonna be 30 for this year. Njoku's two years younger. I imagine the Colts are drafting a rookie, so let's try and like thread the needle with a rookie here. Chris Bell is kind of interesting. Don't have much of him. Ted Hurst is available. Antonio Williams is available. Bryce Lance is available. We'll go Ted Hurst. At least he's healthy. I'll take Ted Hurst. But really not sure what to make of him. Could be kind of overrated, honestly. If he wasn't 6'4" and fast, then I don't think he'd be on anyone's radar. I don't think he plays up to his size enough to really deliver. I feel like he could be a big letdown, in complete honesty. Played for Western Georgia, and in the NIL, for him not to move up, a little bit interesting, but did have over 1,000 yards in like back-to-back seasons, or at least like 900 yards in back-to-back seasons, something like that. And then he's also pretty big and fast. So interesting skill set. We get an aging veteran that might be retired, and then a rookie that might just be a zero. A free agent that might be a zero, but up top we had some good wide receivers with A.J. Brown, Emeka Egbuka, Devontae Adams, Jaden Reed, and Michael Pittman at pick 113. That was definitely a big steal. Running back room has CMC, Ken Walker in the first 2 rounds. We took Swift in round 6. Almost took Scattaboo, but feel a little more confident with my team having Swift, in all honesty. I'd rather have a Chicago Bear than a New York Giant. I also have Keaton Mitchell. Just a big swing on the upside, but might be worthless if Hampton is as good as I think. Also have Brian Robinson Jr. Last year, Algier had 8 touchdowns, so let's bet on the Falcons back up. And then Jordan James, we're just locking ourselves into the Niners handcuff. At the very least, McCaffrey might just stay healthy every single week, but if he doesn't, I have locked in points behind him with the Niners, RB1 every week. So that feels okay. Quarterback room, wish it was more well correlated with better stacks. We have Herbert, Bo Nix, and Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones had a really nice value, 21 picks of value on Daniel Jones. We got about 9 picks of value on Bo Nix. And then Herbert, I just think, is a very good click in round 7, 8. In this range, I think he's one of the guys you should be targeting. So like the quarterback room, just not stacked up with anyone. Tight end room has Goddard, Kenyon Sadiq, and Njoku. Njoku and Sadiq don't have a team yet, so maybe, just maybe, we luck into a stack there. But it would be very unlikely that Sadiq is stacked up with anyone. Like, the Colts are not drafting a tight end in round 1 again. The Broncos traded away their first rounder, so they're not taking him. And then the Chargers, if they went in that direction, that'd be pretty shocking, given Oronde Gadsden's emergence last year. So Sadiq is not going to be stacked up, but could just be super elite. And then Njoku is really who we're hoping is stacked up, ideally in Denver after free agency is done. They still have $17 million in cap space in Denver. So hopefully that's what we're getting, but who knows? Have no fucking clue. Just think I made the right choice overall in terms of athleticism. I think he's the right click. So that's the team. Not bad. I'm not going to review anyone's team today. We're just going to hop into 2 more lobbies and try to fill this one. The poll result is heavily in favor of yes, so that's what we're going to do. We're entering 2 at once, and I will be very hectic throughout this draft, and then I will sign off. But let's hop in. We're going to do it right now. Entering 2 lobbies. One of them has 6 spots left to fill. And then the other one will be underway. And then I'll log off. I assure you I'm not doing a 4th draft in a 3rd cycle. This will definitely be our final cycle of drafting. So if you want, that first lobby is full. Let's pull that up. Active starting in 30 seconds. And again, I get pick 9. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. While I'm here, let me show you what I'm talking about. My UDFA 2s. I'm going to go in from the top, which is in order of most recent. I had pick 8, pick 10, pick 9, pick 7, pick 7, pick 10, pick 8, pick 10, pick 10, pick 11, pick 12, pick 12. Finally, pick 4. Like, literally, I've drafted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 drafts in a row from picks 7 through 12. And we get number 13 in a row at pick 9. Fucking bullshit. But the other one's about to be filled. So we'll go to that draft in this tab. And hopefully, tell me I get a good pick. Tell me, please. Let's fucking go. Finally. Pick 2. Hell yeah. It's about fucking time. The curse is broken. Holy shit. Took 13 straight. Finally, we get back inside the top 4. But I'm either taking Taylor or CeeDee Lamb with this click. I think I'm going CeeDee Lamb. But what does Libra do? Yeah, we'll take CD. And then here, the draft starts in 11 seconds. Salty Nut is drafting at 101. And whoever they don't take, I'm just taking. Most likely I'm getting Gibbs. So we'll queue him up. There it is. Jahmyr Gibbs at the 102. Finally. Finally. But in this one, Him So Smart 99 pulled up Ashton Genty, the 106. Definitely gets a little more unique with that approach. And good luck. We have Ocho 811. Never drafted with Ocho before, but love the username. We got Oh Boy. I think we've drafted with Oh Boy before. Gerard is in this one again. Libra in at the 108. King of QC at pick 10. And then taking dollars in at pick 11. So I'm sandwiched between a few viewers. But it ain't a thing. We're going to be fine. Genty is off the board, though. Hampton goes. Sure, I'll take Saquon. Why not? We have a lot invested into Tank Bigsby, but ultimately, I'll just invest in the Eagles running back. Kind of similar to like taking Keaton Mitchell. I want the Chargers running back. And there are certain percentages of who that will be over the course of the year. If it is ever Tank Bigsby in Philly, he'll crush, but odds are the Eagles running back will be good. And Saquon, still probably worth the second round pick ultimately. Probably. Don't want to fade him entirely. So I still haven't taken Saquon at a really high rate, but I'm not trying to have none. And I've actually been talking myself into it a little bit more recently. I've been willing to take more CeeDee Lamb. And on that roster, we have Saquon and CeeDee Lamb in the same division. I'm willing to take both of them a little bit more right now, especially for $2. Especially in a $2 draft, my concerns with them are less relevant. But this is the lobby that's coming back around the fastest. And this one, we also saw Genty pulled up just a little bit. He went at pick 10. The team at 11, Booty Sweat, went McBride Bowers at 11-14. That's wild. Booty Sweat is wilding out.
Nice and blonde.
Not going to have what they're having. But Gibbs London would be interesting. No, instead I get Gibbs, Derrick Henry. I'll take the biggest ADP faller to try to get a little bit unique. Not entirely. There's plenty of Gibbs, Derrick Henry teams, but that feels really strong. That feels tough to beat. And the Bijan team also goes double running back. Among the double running back rosters so far, I think mine is the best. And then Nico's still here. I'll go Nico. Yeah, that feels great. Nico's an excellent click in the third. Could easily be going in the second. But I'll take him with confidence after a Gibbs Henry start. And then Saquon, CeeDee Lamb here. My rank says Josh Allen. I'll stick to the rank. Pick 33. I think that's a good discount. Damn, Nico went 32. Holy shit. That would have been awesome to get Nico at 33, but very fair for him to go off the board ahead of that. And then we'll be back on the clock on this one pretty soon, but staying pretty balanced. We're going with a little rainbow so far. Wide receiver 1, CeeDee Lamb. RB1, Saquon Barkley. And then QB1, Josh Allen. I might be fading quarterback dramatically the rest of the way. Like, I've seen Huhames do this, and in this contest, it's at least worth a try. I can literally just be done at quarterback the rest of the way. I can literally just push it. We're not taking a single quarterback. And Allen is going to carry us to a top 4 finish. We'll advance to the playoffs. And then Allen in the playoffs is just who you need. And that means there's no need to have another quarterback. Round 3, willing to take a shot on it, but I think I'm just gonna lock it up. I've mentioned it in the past. I think taking DJ Moore in the 4th to stack with Josh Allen is just correct. Now maybe there are some receivers that are a little bit better, but very marginally. I don't think any nuance in the 4th round is that dramatic. And ultimately, we're just betting on touchdowns. So if we're going to bet that Josh Allen is correct and we're really going to commit to him, then that just means that the Bills' offense is very, very much correct. And that just means that not getting DJ Moore is more of a bad decision than taking him a little bit above ADP at pick 40. What did I reach? 11 picks, but he was not going to make it back. ADP 51. I have never really seen him go past 54. But we're all good. But Pepper Tony's in here. What's up, my man? Fimpst. Happy to see you. About to be back on the clock. What do you think, Pepper Tony? Where do you think we should go Because I'll tell you this. If Basnell passes on Travion, I would take him. But Travion gets taken. We can go Loveland in the 4th. That feels legit. Because all those receivers feel the same. Yeah, I'll do that. Did not get your input in time. But Huhames agrees. All of my solo Allen teams were DJ Moore teams. Good to know. It feels correct. If you're going to commit to him that much, it feels correct. But even if you are going to draft the second one, it just feels correct. Pepper Tony wanted me to pull up Achane there. I mean, the only Achane left is Trevor Etienne, who I have been taking in the 20th round. Damn it, I wanted DJ Moore. Not going to lie, I wanted DJ Moore on this team too. But Evans is available. I'll go Mike Evans. That's fine. Jahmyr Gibbs, Derrick Henry, Nico Collins, Mike Evans, Colston Loveland. Very strong start out of that team at 102. Gibbs, Henry, Nico, Loveland, Evans. And then the other team is on the clock. I'll mix in Judkins. Don't take him very often, but talented enough to be worthwhile. Talented enough. Might be a very bad click, but talented enough to be the right decision. But what's up, Danimal? How you doing? Thank you for stopping in, and thank you, Fancy Dog, for being like number 20. Appreciate you very much, my friend. Thank you for joining today. So far, I like both teams. I think we're in pretty good shape with both of them. Coming back around with Allen, Saquon, Quinshon, CeeDee Lamb, and DJ Moore. Maybe I do go Scatterboo on this team. We almost took it on the last one, but maybe not. Damn, this range feels so gross. I hate this round. Fucking hate this round. I never take him. But I probably should do it at least a couple times. I'll go Marvin Harrison, but damn it, feels wrong. Feels fucking wrong. A reminder on the team we just did. A full round breakdown. We're at the 109. We go CeeDee Lamb, Saquon Barkley, Josh Allen, DJ Moore, Quinshon Judkins, and Marvin Harrison Jr. God, that feels gross. Damn it. Fucking gross. But it's whatever. It's what it is. It is what it is. This other team feels pretty good. We have Gibbs, Henry. That feels elite. Nico Collins, Mike Evans, and Colston Loveland. Fun team. Both with elite onesies. Both feeling pretty solid. Sorry about that. But yeah, round 6 with today's landscape and prices feels like where you should be taking quarterback. Like, even if you don't like the Caleb Williams price, just grabbing a quarterback in round 6 feels correct. The running backs, I guess Swift is fine there. Harvey doesn't feel great. But, like, in general, the wide receiver values feel really unvaluable, really overpriced. You're getting comparable talent even like 4 rounds later. Like in the last draft, we got Pittman at 113. Pittman at 113 versus Harrison at 67. I could see Pittman be more valuable. But Drake May off the board. There is no quarterback still sitting there for me, so fucking sad. But I think Alec Pierce is probably one of the correct wide receiver clicks. that position's kind of thin. We get divisional correlation as well, Houston versus Indy, but the Texans have such a good secondary. That's probably not a matchup you want to be chasing. So Pierce just has high upside. He's a really athletic receiver, really strong talent. But this team with Pierce is going to be back on the clock faster, so let's keep this one up. And might have to reach on quarterback here. But damn it. Instead, I'll commit to the Colts. We'll go Alec Pierce, Tyler Warren, and we'll be done at tight end on this one. And then we're back on the clock here in round 7. Damn, Jalen Hurts pick 80. Fuck y'all. I'll go Jordan Tyson. Pick 81. Damn it. Are you kidding me? Drake May at 79. Jalen Hurts at pick 80, and I'm picking 81. Fuck you. Fuck you. At least I have Allen, so it's like not the position I needed, but fuck y'all. Not letting me have any fun. And then in the lobby where I'm picking at 71, 74, all those names are off the board. Fuck y'all. Making me wish that I had a late round pick in this one. Fucking stupid. Wow, Rico Dowdle was taken. I thought that we'd be going Rico Dowdle here. Or not. So how about a little Chicago Bears handcuff? Fucking never see me do this, but if I am going to do it, it's in a $2 lobby. And I have a lot invested against Saquon in terms of Tank Bigsby shares. I have a lot invested against Kyle Monangai in terms of DeAndre Swift shares. This draft right here is just going to say those stances are incorrect. That's what this team is saying. Those investments that I feel a lot stronger in are actually incorrect. So for $2, it's worth it. But thank you, Coolers, for validating my response. Just an authentic, legitimate reaction to seeing that. Fuck y'all. Letting Drake May fall to 79 and Jalen Hurts to pick 80, and I have pick 81. So rude. Who Hames says round 6, 7, the players are just not worth the picks. The receiver, running back, in 8, 10 are just better. At least I handled it well. As maturely as possible. I think I handled it as maturely as possible. But Fancy Dog agrees. Round 6 is worth quarterback. So yeah, this is a very strange. I mean, if you're gonna pass on quarterback the way that they did in this one, then yeah, round 7 is gonna be fucking loaded. But round 6, 7, the more higher upside quarterback clicks, but there's probably some going later that are also like just as valuable. All right, I'll be on the clock at the same time with like both of them. So this is going to be annoying. I think this team is going to be on the clock first, but they'll be on the clock at the same fucking time. This team has Mike Evans, so we're going to go Brock Purdy on this one. That's definitely the click. And then I'm on the clock with the other one at 104. Jaden Reed's still here. I'll take Jaden Reed. Give me Brock Purdy with Evans. I need quarterback. And at least I'll take the guy that's healthy right now. Mahomes does go to Salty Nut. You can have him. He has Rashi, so I'm sure he was happy about that. Damn, running back falling off a little bit. But we have Gibbs, Henry. It's all right. No, I just think Jaden Reed is the correct click now. I think Jaden Reed is extremely valuable. We get him at 105 here. I take him at 98. in the other round. Both teams have Jaden Reed in round 9. You can take Jaden Reed in the 8th. You could arguably take him in the 7th. It's one reason why I hate Marvin Harrison and the other 6-rounders. I think Jaden Reed might be more valuable. Just getting in here to find out my draft is not going optimally. I mean, I think it's still in pretty good shape. I just wish we got a really good fall on quarterback. That's the only thing I would have liked to change. But
Nice and blunt.
I'll go Jadarian Price. Could have taken Jordan Love there with the Jaden Reed combo, but I don't feel great about Monungai. I don't feel amazing about Judkins. Let's take the swing that we get Jadarian Price, RB1 in Seattle. Most likely going to happen. And we're fine. Allen on this team with Barkley, Judkins, Monungai, and Jadarian Price. The thing about Monungai, if he is worth it, then he is going to crush. He can have a 200-yard game if Swift ever goes down. But then they also might draft someone that renders him useless. Like, they could draft just Katron Allen, and he's worthless. So, in general, I don't take Kyle Monungai ever. But then I saw that I had 0% Kyle Monungai. And in a $2 contest, perfect opportunity to get back in closer to baseline, closer to what I would more appropriately consider a good percentage to have. But thank you, Fancy Dog. Appreciate it. Super team with Purdy. At least we locked it in. Didn't go overboard with quarterback, though. You have Loveland, Tyler Warren, Brock Purdy with Evans, and then Gibbs Henry is just like what I'm leaning into. Do a little board next. I can't, Pepper Tony. I don't have any left. If you recall, you and others voted in a poll earlier, about a week or so ago, maybe 10 days ago, for me to enter my final little board. And at this rate, I don't want it to fill. I want a 3 out of 12 advance rate in the little board. At the moment, that's basically what it is. It's just a little bit less than 3 out of 12 in the little board right now. And with the $2 UDFA, nobody better enter into a little board. Leave that shit alone. Damn, Gadsden circles back. I can't afford it, but it is tempting. Kind of wish I had what's his face on this team, but I need quarterback. I'm gonna go Tyler Shuck. Spare myself agony. I'm gonna go Tyler Shuck. I'm not going to take George Kittle, even though I have Brock Purdy. I have Loveland and Warren. Coker is not a bad click, but the running back room is maybe going to fall off. It's between C-Rod and Coker. I'm going to go Coker. Let's just dig into the risk a little bit. We're on the clock here. Shit. Might just get the stack with Kincaid. But nah, I think Goddard is just a better click. So I'll go Dallas Goddard, just sticking to my ranks. And if Kincaid circles back, I'll consider it, but our running back room is pretty strong. Our receiver room is pretty strong. Quarterback has Allen, so it's perfectly fine. But this is 100% the section of the draft where like there's a gold mine at tight end, and if you pass on it, I think you're missing out. So I think you want to be in a position where you need tight end at the end of the 11th, the top of the 12th. Like the names at tight end coming off the board right here, I think are like legitimate league-winning potential. Kittle falling this late, we know he has upside, but I think Goddard has league-winning value. I think Kelsey has league-winning value. Sadiq as well has that potential. We'll see what King of QC does. Goes likely. think I'm going to take Travis Kelce. Kittle's interesting, but there's a lot of scenarios where he's just not valuable at all in this regard. But this is a contest that's just so weighted towards week 17. If he is healthy, it's probably in week 17, and he can deliver a 3-touchdown game. So maybe I fucked up. Maybe I should have taken Kittle there, but I went Kelce instead. Not an untalented, unproven guy either. And this, I think, is like truly the swan song final year for Kelce. So if you tell me they try to overload him with targets in December, let's say they don't make the playoffs again, and it's like clearly like Kelce's final act, they might try to give him a lot of targets down the stretch. Maybe week 17 they let him go out on top in terms of fantasy, having his final fantasy game just be like elite. Might also be in the cards for Kelce. So perhaps I missed out. Maybe I should have taken Kittle with a lot of confidence there, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Kelce, I think, is at least viable to be just as good. But Huhaim says, you act like he's not a total degen. At this rate, I am, but it helps to have some site credit. I'll tell you that. I don't think I'd be live as often as I am if not for the site credit. I'm hopeful I don't burn through that too quickly, but happy to provide the content, keep everyone happy with some fun drafts. But at $2 a pop, I'm not going to worry about it. Once we get into those Best Ball Mania drafts, maybe, just maybe. But this team has both Alec Pierce and Tyler Warren. 100% I'm taking Daniel Jones as my third QB. 100%. And then I kind of want Juwan Johnson to pair with Tyler Shuck. I think it's the best stack kind of left available. But I have Loveland and Warren. So if I'm going to take Juwan, I think it needs to be at a value. But we're pick 145, a little discount on Mike Washington. Let's send it. Let's go Mike Washington as our RB3. But I think on this team with Purdy, Shuck, and Daniel Jones, I'm going to need like 7 running backs minimum. We're going to stop at 2 tight ends, I think. Unless I get a great price on Juwan Johnson, I think it's just smart to stop. Because receiver room feels good. We got Nico, Mike Evans, Alec Pierce, Jaden Reed, and Jalen Coker. Running back has Gibbs and Henry, so super top heavy, but we need some depth for sure. I'll take Jacoby Brissett. We could have 100% stopped with just Josh Allen, but I think it's just a little too risky for my liking. Let's bank that we get something during the bye, and I never take Harrison. That means I also never take Brissett, so I'll do it today here. The team taking dollars only has 1 quarterback as well, so he might double tap that position and snipe me. So I'll just take Brissett, call it done. Not going to be too livid about it. I have 20 overall clicks. One of them being a quarterback 2 is probably a little bit wiser than just betting on one. But I think you can get away with just Josh Allen in this tournament. I think you can get away with it because of the advance rate. But in general, I would never do it. So let's just do what I would normally do. Not get too crazy. But taking dollars takes Bryce Young at a nice 10-pick discount. Geno Smith goes 157, so 9 picks above ADP. I'm glad I took Brissett there. I think quarterbacks were coming off the board. Brissett would have been one of them. So now I'm in an interesting spot. Several different options. Don't love the running backs in this range. They're all kind of gross. I'll go Brandon Ayuk. Fuck it. If you ever click Brandon Ayuk, you have to say fuck it when you take him. There's never a, and we're going to confidently click Brandon Ayuk. No, it's just a fuck it. I'll take Brandon Ayuk. Fuck it. Ayuk down there somewhere. That's the stance. But I like the receiver room on that one. I don't think the receiver room on that one is bad. I'm gonna attack it with volume as well. So let's push it with a risky Ayuk click. But we're coming down the stretch here. Not gonna be live for too much longer. I'm gonna clear the pipe. I'm gonna finish this smoke sesh with you. And if you have anything to join me, smoke it if you got it. But this team needs running back for sure. We'll go Emmanuel Wilson. When I took Mike Washington, I was hopeful that we're getting the Seahawks RB1. Let's just take the guy who's already on the roster in Seattle. Let's go Emmanuel Wilson. But this team is done at quarterback, done at tight end. Receiver always needs some attention. Don't want to ever get too far behind at receiver, but it's also pretty legit. Running back, the depth is shaky. So I kind of want to go running back there, but fuck it. We're going Christian Kirk. We're getting the Brock Purdy stack. We have Evans and Christian Kirk stacked up on this team. Kirk, I don't think is going to circle back. But then my other roster coming back up, we have a 2-4-6-2. Running back feels pretty decent with Saquon, Quinshon, Kyle Monangai, and Jadarian Price. Quarterback is done with Allen and Brissett. Tight end has Goddard and Kelsey. So needs a third probably. And then wide receiver has CeeDee Lamb, DJ Moore, Marvin Harrison, Jordan Tyson, Jaden Reed, and Ayuk. Pretty good receiver room. AD Mitchell goes in. Hunter Henry falls to 177. Fuck yeah, we're getting our third tight end with a really, really good value. Henry at 177. That's 19 picks in value on Henry. I think he's going too late in the first place. I think you could pull up Henry by 20 clicks and it's justified. So, holy shit. He usually goes 158, 159. I almost took him over Ayuk. He circled back. I love that. So happy I took Ayuk there to still get Henry. Because I like Wicks with a 16th round investment. I would be considering to take him at 184. He goes 161. Only receivers I would have liked to have are Wicks, Debo, and like Trey Harris. But for the value, I'll take Hunter Henry for sure over them. So love that for me. Running back getting a little bit tricky. Would have loved Tank Bigsby. We have Saquon on this team, so let's make the bet that Tyjae is just healthy. Let's go Tyjae Spears. And Saquon is just the RB1 all season in Philly. If we're gonna take Saquon, let's bet that it's right. So I don't need Bigsby on that type of roster. But Dontavian Wicks at 180, I think is a great click. Whether you have Hurts or not, I think it's a really good investment. That team has Daniels and Kyler, but they go golden, so they have the Packers receiver room on their mind. Goes Wicks and Bigsby. Love the double eagle at the 15-16 turn by Team 12. Revan Kens just did what I am like trying to do like crazy at the moment. But you know what, Who Hames? Today I am. Today I actually am. If you can believe it. I am. But Legalize It says just get Vele instead. That's also fair. That's a legit plan. My team did not need tight end at all, so glad we passed on Juwan. Where did Juwan Johnson go? When I passed on him, it was 146. He went 162, so almost made it back, but not a click I needed. We need running back and receiver on this team.
Nice and blunt.
But coming up on the clock pretty soon with both of them. You would think that some of the like pacing would not be the same, but I'm gonna go Alvin Kamara on this team with Tyler Shuck. If he does play, he'll probably be catching some passes. I'll go Alvin Kamara. Don't take him very often, but when I need running back on a team with Shuck, why not? And then I could get back in at running back again, but we're also just really committed to Gibbs and Henry. That's also just fine. The receiver clicks are getting weird. I think I'll go Jeremy Bernard, and then the other one is on the clock with 10 seconds left. I think I'll go Jeremy Bernard on this one as well. Jeremy Bernard, round 17, pretty much always the right decision. This team needs running back and receiver, but running back's a little bit stronger, so receiver definitely valuable. Pick 201, Jeremy, and on this one we took Jeremy at 194. Very nice to just go double Jeremy on both teams. I went double Jaden Reed, double Jeremy Bernard. I think that's legit. But this one will be back on the clock pretty soon. We're on the board in 4 clicks. And both teams are down to running back and wide receiver. I might put Kamara on both. But this is the team with Allen. And a pretty strong running back room. Kamara gets sniped, so I'm going Ray Davis on this one for sure. The Bills stack a nice correlating factor. And honestly, I don't think I'm done at running back yet. We got 2 clicks left. I think 1 running back, 1 receiver. Feels like a balanced way to go about it. Saquon, Quinshon, Kyle Monangai, Price, Tyjae, Ray Davis. There's a few of these running backs that have just no floor at all. Judkins, Monangai, Price, and Tyjae have no floor at all. So we're hoping we're right, but I don't really click them that often because I think typically they're actually kind of risky. Receiver feels really strong with Lamb, the bet on DJ Moore, the bet on Harrison, worth a shot. The fall on Tyson, Jaden Reed, a great click. Ayuk, let's just bet that he's going to work out. And then Jeremy Bernard, worth the risk, good floor play. Tight end is strong with Goddard, Kelsey, and Henry. Yeah, give me another running back on this team. I'm not taking a third quarterback, so that's definitely the path, I think, on that one. But this one has 3 rounds left. This one's going pretty slow. Oh, but it started after. The other one's going appropriately. They're both fine. But on this team, we got a 3-5-7-2. Our running back room is top heavy, so this one needs a little extra depth at running back. So probably 2 running backs here and then 1 receiver. With Nico, Evans, Pierce, Reed, Coker, Kirk, Bernard. Yeah, I probably only need an 8th. I think a 7th running back would be valuable on this team. I think they're both gonna have 7. Oh no, this one's only gonna have 6, I think. Oh no, this one has 7, the other one has 7 too. Yeah, okay. They're both in the same camp. Okay, just getting my shit in order. Fuck. Running back is gross. Might go Imari DiMercado, but might also just take Elijah Surratt. Actually, no. We'll go Devon Vele. We'll get that Saints stacking partner in Devon Vele and just call it done at receiver. So this one is just strictly running back. The other one is on the clock. Actually, Surratt's still available on this one too? Yeah, I like Surratt on both. Both have Jeremy and Surratt. And then here, we need running back to be double tapped. I'll go Najee Harris. If Kamara doesn't sign, then Najee could sign.
Nice and blunt.
But some big injury risk. Damn, this running back room is shaky. But with Gibbs and Henry, I'm happy with that. Don't mind at all. And then here we're in round 20. And then we'll see what Taking Dollars and King of QC do. I'm not going to use the queue until they make their picks. But I know where I'm going. I suppose maybe Keon Coleman is worth mixing in every now and then. But I think someone already took him. No, instead we're going to go Ty Johnson. We're getting both Bills handcuffs. Ray Davis and Ty Johnson with Josh Allen. Ty Johnson can give you a house call reception, actually. Ty Johnson's actually a very sneaky stacking partner with Josh Allen. So a unique combination. This team is fun. We have Allen and Brissett, running back Saquon, Quinshon Judkins, Kyle Monangai, Jadarian Price, Tyjae Spears, and then both Bills handcuffs, Ray Davis and Ty Johnson. So kind of a bet that James Cook is going to miss time, or at least just offer some value to the other guys at some point in time. There's going to be a random touchdown out of one of these guys at the right opportune moment. But receiver has CeeDee Lamb, DJ Moore. Good enough to risk Harrison with a lot of trust there. So maybe Harrison is just the guy you need. Tyson, I think, really comes in clutch. And then Jaden Reed, really valuable at 105. Ayuk, Jeremy Bernard, and Surratt. So betting on some rookies, and then Ayuk, very risky. Could be trash. This team could be dog shit. But if this team is not elite and threads the needle, it probably doesn't make any money in the first place. The tight end room is awesome with Goddard, Kelsey, and Henry. Really good price on all three of them, especially Hunter Henry at 177. And that is a nice cherry on top. I like this team, but it's a bit flawed. A little bit flawed. That's okay, though. I think it can advance. This team, though, about to be on the clock, I think, relatively soon, has Brock Purdy, Tyler Shuck, Daniel Jones, all of which are somewhat stacked up. Running back, super top-heavy, but worth it when you have Gibbs and Henry. You might not need a third. Mike Washington, Emmanuel Wilson, Alvin Kamara, Najee Harris. So Wilson might carry us a little bit in September. Good flex production in Seattle, most likely. And then maybe Mike Washington delivers in the second half. But then Kamara might be relevant, might retire. Najee Harris could also be irrelevant, but probably sign somewhere, maybe in Seattle, competes with Emmanuel Wilson. That would suck. I hope it's somewhere else. I'd rather have Najee as just like a handcuff to, I don't know, Kenneth Walker in Kansas City. Like, what if the Chiefs give Najee league minimum? That'd be pretty valuable. But speaking of which, I'm not going to go Imari DiMercado. I'm going to get really fucking old and really fucking risky. I'm going to go Kareem Hunt with the Chiefs handcuff fake out. I'm going to go Kareem Hunt. I'm starting to believe that Kareem Hunt might be relevant this year. Nobody ever takes him. So give me a guy that you can scroll with that just nobody else has. Give me Kareem Hunt. Had some pop production, goal line usage, not impossible. I'll go Kareem Hunt for the vibes. But really, I'm just making such a big bet on Gibbs and Henry on this one. I don't think I'm getting really much of anything out of the last five. Just give me Gibbs and Henry and just a bunch of randos. And some of which, randos that are unowned. That's valuable. Someone that nobody else has. Kareem Hunt, fuck it. Wide receiver, Nico Collins, Mike Evans, Alec Pierce. Jaden Reed is the fourth, feels pretty good. Coker as the fifth, pretty clutch and valuable. Kirk stacked up, so makes a lot of sense. But I did pull him up. Would have preferred to get him at a value. But got Jeremy Bernard in the next round. Paired with Devon Vele stacked up. That's legit. And then tight end is elite. Colston Loveland and Tyler Warren stacked up. So we have that double Colt stack. Alec Pierce, Tyler Warren. That feels awesome. Brock Purdy double stacked. Tyler Shuck. Technically double stacked. One of them is Kamara. And yeah, the team is competitive with Gibbs and Henry. So unique, interesting, fun, worth a gamble. I'm not sure I love either team, but I think I like this one more. I think I like the team at 2 a little bit more than the team with Josh Allen at pick 9. Just a little bit more. But what's up, Jamie? Bon appetit. You're reminding me I am about to leave for dinner plans. I got to get going soon. But just got done with my rookie tight end show at Fancy Six Pack. Should drop in a few hours. Check that out. We're about to exit. We're going to review a couple other rosters in here, but check that out for sure. Check out the last 3 minutes for his outro with some sexy tight end puns. That's always fun. Isn't DeMercado a McKinnon type hopeful with guaranteed touches? Hopeful. Yes, guaranteed touches. No, by no means necessary. No way is anything guaranteed to Imari DeMercado, my friend. But he's probably more valuable than Kareem Hunt. He gets drafted a lot more than Kareem Hunt. But for that reason, I went Kareem Hunt. I'll zig when everybody else is gonna zag. But John Mechie drafted in this one. That's fun. That's different. Chris Brooks in this one is also fun. I don't think this is the lobby, though, that we had most of the friends and family watching. I think y'all were in this lobby. The team I didn't like as much. Like, yeah, we got Taken Dollars in here at 11. He went Jefferson, Walker, Brees, T. Higgins, Beischel, Tootin, Burrow, Metcalf, Warren, Pittman. So I hope you have Rodgers later. Pollard, Shakir, Ferguson. That's fine, but not that inspiring. Bryce Young at 155 is a good little discount. Chigo Okonkwo, pretty solid. Pacheco, Aaron Rodgers, you did get the stack. Leggett, Freiermuth, you got a mega stack in Pittsburgh. That's cool. Torrey Horton, Tez Johnson. I wish you took Rico Dowdle over Jalen Warren. Oh no, you couldn't. Rico went pick 73. No, you made the right choice. You made the right choice with Jalen Warren. Yeah, fun team. Love the Pittsburgh mega stack. Very well correlated. I like the team taking dollars. Very, very fun. And then good luck with Pollard. If Pollard is right, that smashes. Shakir is uninspiring. Ferguson's meh. But overall, very fun, very exciting team. King of QC with Amon-Ra and Hampton. Egbuka, Bucky Irving. Double bucks. Carnell Tate, Cam Scattaboo, Jackson Dart, Jordan Addison. So, like, what if the Giants draft Carnell Tate? You are living with that. Instead of Jeremiah Love, you'd be an elite situation there. So, love the bet. Love the dart click. Addison, Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield with that Bucks combo. Very fun team. Aaron Jones, Isaiah Likely. So, more Vikings and Giants. Juwan Jennings, a good free agent click. Tracy, another Giant. Dylan Sampson in Cleveland. Give me Tank Bigsby. You think you should have gone Tank Bigsby, my friend. But another Giant. Love the mega stack. Another Buccaneer. You did take Kamara from me. That's probably good. I didn't need it at all. And Joku at 226 is living. And then Cooper Kupp 231 worth mixing in. Very, very well correlated team, King of QC. I like it a lot. Very fun team. Libra went Taylor Love, Nico. Damn, Nico at 32. Holy shit. Nico at 32 with Hurts at 80. Damn, Libra fucking killed it. Kyron, Brian Thomas, Alec Pierce, Hurts in the 7th, Myers in the 8th, Pitts in the 9th, Worthy in the 10th, Daniel Jones at 128, a little early, but then George Kittle 137, Mark Andrews 152, Wicks at 161, a bit of a reach, but had Hurts, so very justified. A.D. Mitchell, Tua, Hollywood Brown, Giddens, Blue, and Garendo. Don't love the end of this draft, but love how it started and was such a unique combo of Nico, Jalen Hurts on this side of the board. You got a mega Colts stack as well. Very fun team. I think I'd rather have your roster than mine, at least in this lobby. But other than that, we have Gerard in here, and I think that's it. I don't think, oh boy, let us know if they're drafting. But Puka and Henry, that's legit. London in the 3rd. Holy shit. The values at receiver in this lobby are insane. But Ladidi McConkey, Devontae Adams, Chuba Hubbard, Justin Herbert, Dobbins, Blake Corum, Tyler Shuck, Jordan Mason. So pretty heavy investment at running back in this one. Cam Ward, Juwan Johnson, Emmanuel Wilson. Ridley is wide receiver 5. But then Gunnar Helm, Chimeri DK, Devon Vele, Colby Parkinson, and then LaQuint Allen. Pretty legit roster. And then really good up top at receiver where like you can afford some of the risk. But tight end is just okay. Quarterback is very legit. Running back has a lot invested early, but it feels really mediocre to have all those picks kind of early on. Like to have Mason as your 5th and to still have 7 feels kind of mediocre, honestly. But receiver's really good. Receiver's awesome. Fun, unique. Would have liked this team better with Rico Dowdle or RJ Harvey instead of Chuba Hubbard. If you had RJ Harvey and Dobbins, I think this team would be awesome. But Chuba's a weird one for me. Some days I like it. Other days I think it's one of the worst clicks you can make. But good luck. So final reminder on my team, we went Lamb, Barkley, Allen, DJ Moore, Judkins, Harrison, Jordan Tyson, Manungai, Jaden Reed, Jadarian Price, Goddard, Kelsey, Brissett, Ayuk, Hunter Henry, Tyjae Spears, Bernard, Ray Davis, Surratt, and Ty Johnson. Fun, but not that exciting. A little bit off-putting, but it has a lot of clicks I normally don't make. So it's kind of just a hedge that maybe the other teams I like are better. So this wasn't my favorite. And then a final reminder on the other team, we drafted out of the 102. This team I like a lot better. We went Gibbs, Henry, Nico, Loveland, Mike Evans, Alec Pierce, Tyler Warren, Brock Purdy, Jaden Reed, Tyler Shuck, Jalen Coker, Daniel Jones. That double stack in Indy does pay off. And then Mike Washington, Emmanuel Wilson, Christian Kirk, Alvin Kamara. Both of those are stacked up. Jeremy Bernard, Devon Vele, Najee Harrison, Kareem Hunt. Little thin at the running back depth, but worth the gamble given the risk is not that high. We have Gibbs and Henry. So this team I think is really well constructed, really fun. And maybe the running back depth does screw me, but I think it's fine in this lobby with only the need to finish top 4. I'm chilling. Good team out of the 102. Not as good out of the 108, but we had Josh Allen on that team, so it's probably okay. Anyways, that's going to be it for me. I hope y'all had fun. Let me go back to the single, and I do not have anything left in the pipe. So cheers to you. I hope everyone has a good Wednesday. I'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully this tournament's still open, but we'll see. Maybe it's not. I'll save my last 3 entries for if I can live stream it. If I can, I'll see you tomorrow. If not, maybe I'll be drafting them off the live on my own time. But thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Fancy Dog. Thank you so much. And thank you, Who Aims, for hopping in. Thank you, Jamie, as well. We had Peppertoni in here. We had Legalize It. We had Green Bean. We had Coolers in here. We had Danimal, Peanut Punch, Josh, and I believe Young Moolah Hartman were also in here earlier on. So thank everyone for joining me. I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye. Peace out.